Okay, so dear friends, we are continuing our discussion into the third chapter of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. We have seen up to 3.41 in the last class, where we discussed about doing samyama on the relationship between the ear and the space. By fine tuning, you can connect to any frequency, and then you can hear the sound that are there. And after that, in the next sutra, Patanjali says, Kaya akashayoho sambandh sanyamat laghu tul samapatti cha akasha gamanam. Okay. So here, Patanjali in sequence has been talking about different pranas. Initially he spoke about the Udana prana, then he spoke about Samana prana, then he spoke about the ears where the Mukha prana is involved. And now he is talking about the whole body. So the Vyana prana. Vyana is the prana which is connected to the space element. Okay. And Patanjali is saying that if you do samyama on the relation between Akasha and the body, relation between Akash Tattva and the body, if you do samyama on this relationship, then what is going to happen? Laghu tul, the body becomes light as cotton wool, and thus traveling through the space also becomes possible. Laghu tul samapatti cha akasha gamanam. Now, these Panchapranas are connected to Mahabhutas, Panchamahabhutas also. Correct? Can anybody tell me the relationship between Panchaprana and Panchamahabhuta? Akhila, what is the relationship between Panchavayu and Panchamahabhuta? Or all of them are Vata only? See, what we say in yoga is there is Annamaya Kosh, then there is Pranamaya Kosh, then there is Manomaya Kosh. Annamaya Kosh has all the 5 tattvas. Correct? So, subtler aspect of them known as Tanmatra is there in Pranamaya Kosh also. So, Pranamaya Kosh also has subtle aspect of all the Panchamahabhuta. And Manomaya Kosh also has in the Karana Sharira subtlest aspect of all the Panchamahabhutas. Okay. I think Ayurveda doesn't go beyond the Pranamaya Kosha, not in much detail. Ayurveda mainly looks at the Annamaya Kosha, doshas there, and then its understanding. But yoga goes in the 5 layers. So, in that sense, I am asking, if 5 basic elements are there in the Annamaya Kosh, then what are their pranic counterparts in the... So, there is Sthul Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karan Sharira. Correct? Sthul Sharira has the body. Sukshma Sharira has prana plus Karan Sharira. So, mainly the Sukshma Sharira is pranic body. Then Karan Sharira is mainly the Manomaya, Vijnanamaya koshas. You understand? So, in the Sthul Sharira, if there are 5 basic elements, then in the Sukshma Sharira, which prana is connected to which element? You can apply some logic also. So, he says Agni Tattva, we will connect it to Samana Vayu. Correct? Because we saw that it is digestive fire which the Samana governs, and Patanjali says that if you meditate on the navel region, the Samana, then there is Ujvalanam, there is glow, effulgence. So, fire with Samana, wonderful. Then earth will naturally go with Apana, because earth and water, both of them go with gravity downwards. Correct? So, if you consider that the earth is the one which goes mostly with gravity, downward moving prana, then definitely it has the subtler aspect of earth and water element in it. Correct? Then air, he says, with prana. That is the mukha prana. See, another thing we have to understand is that the air can go up if air is warm, correct? So the Vayu and Agni combined together make Udana. Vayu and Agni combined together make Udana. Jal and Prithvi combined together make Apana. Agni is there in the center as Samana, and we also see Vyana, which is everywhere, which is a quality of Akasha. So Vyana Prana connects to the Akasha Tattva. The Mukha Prana also can be connected to Akasha plus Vayu. Because the ear is there in the Mukha, and ear is the Akasha Tattva, and all other governing organs are there. Now he's saying that if you look at the relationship between Kaya and Akasha, so here you have to do Samyama on the Vyana Prana. Vyana Prana circulates throughout the body, and it is the representative of Akasha Tattva, which is weightless, which does not have any weight. Correct? So the lightness can come to the body if the yogi is able to meditate on the Vyana Prana, or the relationship of what is the relationship of the body with Akasha Tattva? It is Vyana Prana, which connects this Tattva, the Kaya, to the Akasha Tattva. The connecting link is energy. Energy is Vyana energy. So, see, wherever you do Samyama, you are doing Dharana there, Dhyana there, and Samadhi there. You are becoming one with it. It means what happens is that prana is an energy that cannot neither be created nor be destroyed. So wherever you put your attention, there the whole prana starts moving. This is Prashna Upanishad actually describes in detail the relationship between the mind and the prana. Correct? So yogis are able to gain such mastery over their prana that they can move the prana based on their mental concentration. If you read Hatha Yoga Pradipika in fact tells that whichever part of the body that is diseased or painful, you should close your eyes and bring your prana to that part of the body. And your mind can bring prana to that part of the body. And if you bring it there, slowly the life energy starts moving to that particular part of the body, and it enhances the healing process. That we could demonstrate in Esvyasa by doing a research on people who had fractures. And they performed this pranic energization technique, where again and again the prana was moved to the fractured limb in one arm. Both group had plaster. But this fellow, who was, anyway, both of them are resting, not doing anything. So this fellow kept on doing, pet practice every day, and then bringing his mind to that part of the body. Other people routine care. And we saw that it was almost 1 week before only that the callus formation was complete in this pranic arm. So especially in orthopedics and all, you can really observe the movement of the prana to that part of the body. So even when we sit, if you sit and you close your eyes and bring your attention selectively only on your thumb, I just want to become aware of my thumb. Normally you are not aware, but then you start becoming aware of the subtle pulsation that are happening around the thumb. The whole area gets electrified. You completely just remain aware of only this part. You feel that this part has become charged electrically. When your only awareness is only on this part. Why that is happening? Because according to yoga, the prana has started moving to the thumb region. So wherever the mind goes, wherever the attention goes, there the prana goes. Now here what is happening? When I am doing samyama on Vyana, my whole attention, my whole existence has been aware only of the Vyana prana, connection of my skin with this space where on the surface the Vyana prana is flowing. So rest of all the pranas, Mukha prana, Samana, Apana, all of them start merging into Vyana. So you imagine it is a continuous sheet. There are no watertight compartments. It is very dynamic, and continuously the prana keeps flowing up and down and around. But it is one energy field, one plane. There was one research done in China, where people observed that through spectrophotometry, they were able to see the movement of the cells inside the blood vessel. WBCs keep moving in the blood. We know that in the blood, in the center, RBCs flow, in the periphery, WBCs flow with plasma. There is a natural flow that keeps happening. Now, people observe that this stream through which the cells are flowing in the blood, that also is a subtle channel. They are known as Bongian vessels. What they did was, through the acupuncture points, they injected a dye. And that dye followed a curve through which it was a harmless dye, which was excreted by kidney later. But then when it was put into a particular point properly, precisely, then it flew through a channel, which appeared that the channel was not broken even when it was flowing through the vein and then circulated into the artery, because it was going through a channel within the channel. So in your artery also, when there is RBC going only in the center, it is because there is a central channel. Because the WBC is going in the periphery, there are peripheral channels. There are platelets going separately. So like that, they hypothesize that when we dissect, they are too subtle, they break open. So we think that blood is the thickest membrane. We only know that it is a vessel. But within that also there are channels. And nerves, though we all know that a thick nerve, if you break, all of them are made up of bundles of neuronal fibers. So they are all channels within channels. These are what we understand as nadis. So capillaries are everywhere in the body, everywhere. And when you start doing samyama, Patanjali says that the energy, the physiological functions that are governing your digestion, that are governing your, urine formation, food digestion, assimilation, all of them stop. All the physiological functions actually govern, they go only towards this periphery, the electrostatic charge of the body. So the Vyana prana throughout the body gets activated. Activated means my whole prana that was circulating. See, you have to imagine it in 3D, forward, backward, a 3D body, not a 2D body. So there are these pranic channels. Now, based on my thinking process, the prana gets activated. I get angry, the head prana, the mukha prana becomes excessively activated, the udana prana, because fire, air, up. Anger always brings headache. Why? Because there is the whole prana throughout the body. Other channels are getting constricted, and these channels are getting opened up and dilated. You know there is vasodilatation here, which increases headache. So, and the arterioles have very fine control connected to your autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is connected to your thinking cortex. So you think, brings a autonomic change. There is somewhere there is dilatation, somewhere there is constriction. No, we know when sympathetic activity takes place, the chest prana, there is bronchodilation. Correct? But at the same time, what happens? The urination, defecation, sphincters, all of them get constricted when there is sympathetic activity. Correct? So if you just forget these compartments and everything and just visualize the pranic body, what is happening? The upper pranic body is dilating. The lower body is constricting. Correct? But when you are relaxed, the upper body is closing down. You are not thinking, you are not analyzing. Pupil also get dilated. Everything gets dilated when you require more of that energy for fight or flight. But when you are relaxed, everything constricts. And the downward prana then opens and apana and everything flows. So this pranic body depending on your thinking process, is constantly dynamically expanding and contracting in different regions. And there are certain regions where a lot of channels meet, which we call as chakras. So like a flute plays, continuously with our thought, these chakras keep playing. Lower, middle, upper. But we are not aware of it. We are not aware of it. So Sapta Swaras are there, Sapta Chakras are there. And in the Sapta Swaras and the whole music is played in the same way, the thinking process, the core Karan Sharira keeps on generating vibrations and keep playing this music in the Sukshma Sharira, which keeps manifesting as continuously changing electrical and electrostatic activity in the Sthula Sharira. So here, when we are looking at the Vyana Prana, what yogi is doing is he is dilating or activating the peripheral prana, and all the other prana where the prana of the earth and water element which pull us down with gravity, that prana is also merging with the Vyana Prana. So basically, with deeper meditation, keeping the body still, reaching asana siddhi, then through breath, slowly reducing the breathing rate, yogis in their deep meditation become aware of their pranic body. They can see and feel the pranic body as you see and feel the physical body. And then slowly they get mastery over with which thought merge all the pranic energy into a particular channel. And when they are able to merge into that particular channel, that in the physical body manifests as that physiological function. So here, when he's merging all the pranic energy into the Vyana Prana, the all other elements lose their grip and power. So the yogi becomes light as wool. You understand? See, if the pranic body is removed, then what is there as the physical body, that physical body, you will see that it just goes with gravity. It just becomes matter. Mainly it becomes earth and water. Correct? But when prana goes in, then the activity of Vayu, activity of Agni, and activity of Akasha comes in. If prana leaves, then body becomes cold. Slowly Agni goes. Correct? Then what happens? The breath stops, the Vayu goes. No earth, air movement are not there. And the lightness, body becomes very heavy. You would have seen, a person dies, he suddenly becomes very heavy. So Akasha gone, Agni gone, Vayu gone. Earth and water, which mainly give weight to the body, they only just remain there. You understand? So here there is such power in the mind that it is able to counter the earth and water pull of gravity also, and bring such changes in the physiological functions of the body that the whole body, it is not that he's leaving the physical body and then flying, it is with the body. How can that happen? How can that happen that with the body the person is able to fly? How many of you feel that it is possible? With body people can fly. Possible, huh? Any
It not completely fly, but they can go above the ground.
is saying Akasha Gamanam. So my question is, with this body, is it possible that person can fly? Any example in history or mythology? Hanuman flew with body only, no? It was not that his body was lying here at Dhanushkodi and his Sukshma Sharira was there in Lanka. He went with body. Ashta Siddhi, Nau Nidhi ke Data. So they say that there is a subtle physiological transformation in the physical body also. Hmm? The body becomes little more transparent. The body, because the Akash Tattva comes in, it's the channels which are heavier. Those channels are not functional. Body becomes more transparent and more light. So there are certain physiological processes, certain cellular processes that are triggered. There are certain genes that are activated, which are in us, in all of us, they are still silent. They are not activated there. But the brain, we are all using only 1% of the brain, no? 99%. 99% of the brain has those mechanisms, those channels to completely transform this body in such a way that it becomes conducive for it to do this. With this body, is it possible that we also can do it with this body? Right now? Right now, is it possible? With this body, right now, is it possible? It is possible. If I take you to moon. So the thing is, the space, if it changes, the dynamics of the body also changes. If I take you to a planet where gravity is too low, you will fly. Astronauts fly within that neutral, gravity neutral place. So with this body now also it is possible. What you have done? You have done some changes in the environment. Correct? Yogis say that whatever you can bring by changing the environment, you can also bring by changing within you. So if change in the environment can make me fly, in the outer environment, then a change in the inner environment is also possible, which can make me fly. So I can become an astronaut by bringing some physiological changes within my body. Whatever science can achieve through external technology, yogis say we can achieve by internal technology. So just imagine, he becomes light like an astronaut and cotton wool की तरह वो उसमें इधर उधर करता है, जाता है, jump करता है. Now it looks, oh, it may be possible. Because science is able to achieve it, then spirituality should also be able to achieve it. So very interesting sutra, where Patanjali is telling us about how to make the body very light as cotton wool and do Akashagamanam. Okay, next sutra, 3.43. This is very beautiful sutra actually. It says, Bahirkalpita vrittihi mahavideha tatah prakash avarana kshayah. By making samyama on one's existence outside the body, the state known as great transcendence, Mahavideha, is achieved. In this state, the darkness, the covering of the inner light is removed. So, see, Patanjali first initially covered the pranas. After the prana, now he wants to transcend even the sukshma sharira. Correct? So, initial all the samyamas were on sthula sharira, nabhi chakre kaya vyuha jnanam, kantakupe kshut pipasa nivrittihi. Like that, he describes various samyamas on different parts of the body, different things in the environment. He says that Surya Sanyamat Bhuvanat Jnanam, and then Dhruva Tara Vyuha Jnanam, if you focus on the star, like that. Then he goes to the body, then he goes to the subtle body. Now he's saying that if you are able to do samyama, because Akasha Tattva has come in the previous thing, then he says Bahir Kalpita Vrittihi. This is also a vritti. Means in your mind, if one thought only prevails. Hmm? The thought is, I am not the body. Hmm? We were discussing in the last class, neti, neti, not this, not this, not this. So he says, if that happens, then the avidya, which is covering the inner knowledge, is removed. Hmm? So inner knowledge shines forth. And if you look at it, in a reverse manner, then Patanjali is trying to tell us that our identification with the body, our notion that I am the body, is the main hindrance which is covering the prakasha. So what is the main problem which is preventing our inner Brahman Jnana, omniscient? We are all omniscient. Huh? We all know everything. Atma Tattva is omniscient, knows everything. Hmm? It is within us. Everything, every knowledge is within us, but it is not manifesting. Hmm? In fact, in our exam, whatever we prepare for also doesn't manifest. Hmm? Why? Because during exam, our identification with the body is even more stronger because we are worried about the result of the exam. Then after the exam is over, you come out, where identification with the body, worry of result reduces, then you remember, Arey, I know all the answers. But there is a block. In the exam, the more you are worried about the result, greater the block. Why? Because your Bahir Kalpita Vritti doesn't come there. You are tight, your body is tight, you are tense, your whole consciousness is in the body. So it blocks. Hmm? You exam over, you relax, all your jnana flows, then you know how to write the answer. Oh my God, then you dream. I should have started like this, then this, then this, then this. Even without seeing the textbook, you know everything perfectly as soon as you are out of the exam hall. Correct? But in exam hall, your vritti is deha vritti. After the exam, you are videha vritti. So your inner prakasha shine force. See, all of you agree this happens? So if in a such simple day-to-day life, if this is able to manifest, hmm, you can think of yogis who have been meditating on Akasha Tattva. I am Akasha for years together. Don Gion, he developed this meditative technique. Whoever would come to him would sit on a mountain. Morning, from the time sun rises till evening the sun sets. Their only job is look at Akasha. Just sit there. Akasha Vritti. Nothing else. Whatever they have to eat, whatever they have to drink, everything after sunset. Come back, sunrise, sit, till sunset be there. Very strict discipline, but बस एक ही काम, आकाश को देखते रहना. Don John did lot of experiments, and people came out with big, huge transformations, performing things which they never believed they could do it. So inner knowledge can shine forth if our bondage of identifying ourselves with this body can be broken. I am not the body. I am consciousness. Bahir Kalpita. Bahir Kalpita means that continuous samyama, continuous thought process that I am not limited to this body. I am omnipresent space. This same concept has come in Chandogya Upanishad as another meditative technique, which is known as, I will give this big chocolate Cadbury. Huh? छांदोग्य उपनिषद में दिस मेडिटेशन, I am space. Everything is empty space. Hmm? Bhuma, Bhuma Vidya. Hmm? So, Bhuma meditation that has come in Chandogya Upanishad. It is very beautiful and very powerful. Chandogya Upanishad is very powerful. When Shvetaketu and his father, they have a dialogue, and Shvetaketu asks these deeper questions, and his father says one of the Mahavakyas in Chandogya Upanishad. Tat tvam asi Shvetaketu. Tat tvam asi. This is the Brahma Vakya that comes from Chandogya Upanishad. That is you. That Brahman that you are worshipping, that Brahma Tattva, omnipresent, omniscient, ever aware, Sat Chid Ananda, that Tattva is you only. Oh my God, this. You are right now, you are everywhere. Brahma Tattva. Right now, you are, I am right now, everywhere. My eyes are 360 degrees. This is known as Bahir Kalpita Vritti. Fundamentally, Patanjali is saying that you become one with the Akasha Tattva. Same philosophy has translated in the Chinese philosophy as Taoism. Tao is just this, that space element. I identify and meditate on space element. Now, what is the beauty of space? Space can contain anything within it, but remains untouched. See, space has air in it, correct? Can air exist without space? No. But do you say that air is touching this space? Does air touch this space? Is space attached to air? Space has nothing to do with air, correct? But air cannot exist without space. Space can exist without air. In the same way, all the three shariras, Karan Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Sthul Sharira, or you can say the Panchakoshas, are air. They are existing on you. You are the space. And the air is moving within you. But air is not touching you. That's why you can say, I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the breath. I am not the thought. I am not the intellect. I am not even the bliss. I am not the I that I think. I am the space on which all these are moving, but they don't touch me. And this space is everywhere. This space is everywhere. So Bahir Akasha is there and there is a Hridaya Akasha. In this vritti, first person meditates on Bahir Akasha, then he meditates on Hridaya Akasha, then he merges both of them one. No antar, no Bahir, only one. Bhuma. This is one of the ways of opening up your Ritambhara Pradnya. All of us have Ritambhara Pradnya. Ritambhara Pradnya means what, you know? Even if I give you a helicopter, you will fly it. Now, Ritambhara Pradnya. All knowledge is there. So, sages like Shirdi Sai Baba and all have demonstrated this. He had no knowledge of any anatomy. Just he saw a plant, tree, and there was somebody who was thirsty. took a small spoon, pierced it somewhere in the plant, and water started coming out. Hmm? No knowledge of anatomy, no professor, never went to any college. Ritambhara pradnya. No. May not be able to explain, but the the secrets of nature, when they are revealed, everything is manifested. Okay. So, Prakash Avarana Kshayaha. All of us are omnipresent, omniscient, but that knowledge, that awareness is not available to us because we have three granthis, which are tying us to the body. What are those three granthis? Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, Rudra Granthi. Three knots which tie us to the body and cover all the inner dimensions, nature, and knowledge within us. This piercing of this Granthi is about the path of yoga. We have to pierce these Granthis. So these three Granthis are related to Sthul Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira. You have to go beyond. And then what happens? The inner knowledge shines forth. So meditating like this, when the inner knowledge shines forth, there is a glow on the skin. There is glow in the whole existence. All the koshas glow. So ladies who want to become more beautiful, they should also meditate. I am not the body. I am not the mind. As you breathe in, I am not the body. As you breathe out, I am not the mind. This is the best cosmetic. Okay. Let us look at one more sutra today. Sthul Swarupa Sukshma Anvayarth Arthav Tattva Sanyamat Bhut Jayaha. By making samyama on the 5 forms of the elements, bhutas, which are gross, essence, subtle, inner connectedness, and its purpose, then mastery over those bhutas is attained. Now, Patanjali, after starting with the Sthul Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, then going transcendental, once again goes back to the gross aspect of the 5 basic elements. They are there within the body also, they are there outside also. Correct? He says that each Mahabhut, see, if I light a lamp and start looking at it, what I am seeing? The candle flame. Flame I am seeing. Though that is the swarupas of the flame. Correct? That is sthul. Grossly, how it looks. And then what are its qualities? Grossly, it will have some quality, no? What are the qualities of Agni Tattva? It is light. It is what you can say, tikshna. Because you touch, you feel. Ruksha, it is drying in nature. It dries out. It is piercing. It is light. These are its physical qualities. And then there is effulgence that my eye can see, heat that my skin can feel. And if there is anything wet, it will become dry. Now, these are the sthul qualities of Agni Tattva. Then he says that you can go to the essence or the subtler form of it. Now, as I told you, that like in the body, there is sthul, sukshma, and karana. Like that, he says that from the sthula, that what your senses can see, to the swarupa. Swarupa means its pranic nature. That okay, it is governed by the udana prana, which takes it up. Why the Agni goes up? No. If you take a candle, if you turn it upside down, will the flame turn down? No, it will always go up. What is it taking it up? It is Udana Prana. Hmm? So that is the subtler energy aspect I will say beyond the physical form. That is property. There is something in nature which takes it up, always up. Hmm? So that is the Swarupa aspect of it. Then comes the Sukshma aspect. Sukshma aspect is the thought with which it was created. See, anything that you look around, anything, this phone, this laptop, in the beginning, first, it was a thought in the mind. This building, first, it was a thought in the mind. Hmm? Then the energy started moving directed by the thought, and all its parts started coming together. Then it took its gross form. Correct? So everything in creation, including the Panchamahabhuta, first begin as thought in the mind of the creator. Then the necessary resources are gathered by that thought. So you go even beyond that, then you see Rajoguna there. Fire has Rajas in it. It's active, moving, it's dynamic, effulgence. So there is a thought of energy. There is a thought of creating something that can purify and destroy. Hmm? So that is the sukshma aspect of it. Hmm? So from the pranamaya kosha, you go to the manomaya kosha of the Panchamahabhuta. So then I'm starting my samyama with the physical form. As I continue my samyama, wherever in your life, you pour attention, complete one-pointed attention, you start getting to know more about it, right? If I really, love someone, I will always be, aware of what the person is doing. No, if there are people around, I will always look whether that person is there or not. If that person is not there, where is he? And what is he doing? What is his thought process? If he's doing a particular action, I will think what may be going on in the mind of this person. Why is he doing like that? All things. And slowly, if I really love something or someone, I will exactly know what this person will do in a particular situation because I have given so much thought to his behavior. I will know how this person will behave. Already people know. Correct? Why? Because just by doing samyama, yeah, doing dharana, doing dhyana, thinking about it, I am getting to know about that person more and more. People who work with cars, they just by seeing the car, keeping a hand on their car or listening to just the sound of the motor, they know how many years this car will run. Hmm? Because their whole attention they have given it to it. Now, Patanjali says that the whole of this process, what a person unknowingly does by being in a profession for years together, Nadi Vedya, they just touch and they are able to immediately tell. What we unknowingly do is samyama only. But our samyama is okay, 20 years of experience, then that samyama happens. Patanjali says that there is a technology to do it fast. That whole process can be hastened very fast, and not only in one area, you can apply it in all the areas and become master of that immediately. As if you have spent years together on doing Agni sadhana, that way Agni will reveal to you if you are able to do samyama on Agni. There are Agni sadhakas, there are Agni temple. Chidambaram is a Akasha temple. There are temples on Jala Tattva. Now, these were people who worshipped that particular Tattva for years together, and then that Tattva revealed its secrets to them. Correct? This is a usual ritual that goes on. Patanjali saying that That whole technology of you acquiring a knowledge of something by devoting yourself to it for years together can be done in a moment, because it is all about your intensity with which you surrender. So if you have developed that art of surrendering your I-ness, ultimately, whenever I gain mastery over anything, or I get to know anything better or anyone better, how do I know that person better? Because I give that person freedom to do whatever he wants or she wants. But I am surrendered to that person. Mother, she looks at baby, whatever baby is doing, always her attention is on the baby. Correct? And she knows when baby is crying what baby wants. Nobody else can make out what baby wants. Mother knows. Correct? How mother knows? Because her attention is always there on the baby. She has given baby the freedom, as well as her devotion and love for the baby is selfless and complete. That is why she knows everything about the baby. Now, Patanjali says that this I am the body, and I-ness and my selfishness is the hindrance. That selfishness only thins out by years of devotion and sadhana and putting attention onto something, and then you get mastery over it. So why it takes years for me to master a particular subject? Why does it take years together to master any field? It takes years of effort. No, why? Why does it take so much time?
Concentration is not consistent for a longer period of time. It's fluctuating. We are putting our thought in so many different things together.
He says concentration is not constant. Anything else? Main point. Why it takes years?
Really surrender
Insta.
Yes. We still are not in love with what we are doing. It is after years of doing, then we love our subject. Yeah, I love Patanjali. So in love, what is happening? In love, I surrender. There is no force. In love, there is nothing that is for me. In love, everything is for the sake of the fellow that I am trying to understand. Okay, you are free, you do whatever you want, but just let me be there. Hmm? And everything is for you, nothing is for me. Like that, Einstein loved physics like that. Ultimately, they reach a point. They start saying, I don't know. Their hands join together when they see the universe, electron, wave, particle. Then they say, yes, I am in love, and I cannot say anything. I just want to see. I just want to know. Even if I have to die for it, I will die, but I will not disturb it. I love it. I want it to be like this, but I want to be there. So for that love to develop for a field, for a person, for a subject, it takes years. Patanjali says that by doing Ashtanga Yoga, you develop a technology where you can fall in love with anything instantly. Because your eye becomes so flexible, so effaced. Wherever you put, you are in samadhi. So that which takes years to happen, happens immediately in you, because your eye only was the hindrance. So the whole nature becomes like a mother waiting to feed you. Wherever you put, nature starts revealing her secrets. So it is about the change in the inner attitude. One is conquering the nature. Other is surrendering to the nature, loving the nature, and then offering ourselves at the feet of the nature. Tadeva artha matra nirbhasam swarupa shunyam. The nature putting a, giving a grace, putting a grace on us, and with that grace, getting to know things and getting to, do things in a very different way. It is, yoga is grace driven. So Prakriti according to Patanjali, reveals her secret to those who are utterly unselfish, who have genuine curiosity, and who have purified their chitta. So, for that purification, if all of you want this inner technology to happen into you, why not? Everybody wants that. Correct? First thing you have to do is follow yama and niyama. Hmm? Then develop the habit of sitting still with whatever that you do. Avoid unnecessary movements of the body. Make your breath steady. Bring one pointed focus. Do everything that you do with a lot of respect and love. Hmm? And with do japa, show devotion to something and develop that art of surrendering. It can be your relationships. You should be clear. Whatever happens, I have surrendered to this person means whatever that person does, I am surrendered. Hmm? So that surrender means you matter, I don't matter. There is no end to how much I can give. I will never say how much I have given and what you have done for me. I will never do that. Hmm? Then the art of surrender comes. Bhakti yoga is for that. My surrender is infinite. Hmm? Somebody asked Jesus, how many times should I forgive? 7 times? 7 into 7? This is no 7, no 7 into 7. 7 into 700 times. You should just forgive. Hmm? So, this is surrender. With this kind of a purified intellect, purified chitta, Patanjali says that the Mahabhutas, if you love Agni Tattva, why not? Agni Tattva will reveal all secrets to you. If you really love Agni, like Prahlada, you can sit in Agni, it will not burn you. But that relationship should happen. So he says, by doing that, an interconnectedness and its purpose. What is its purpose in the creation? How it is connected to the rest of the creation? What purpose it is doing? By doing that, you can get mastery over the bhuta. पंचमहाभूत पे आपका मास्टरी हो जाए. That can be done with, you can start with the Mahabhuta that attracts you more. Some people connect to water more. You can be around a river, meditate on the water. You can meditate on sky, air, mountain, prithvi. But focus on its quality. Mountain is steady, heavy, unmoving, achala, sthira, kapha properties. So those ways you will get that mastery over that Mahabhuta. So Patanjali later he will say that if that happens, then those Mahabhutas don't create a badha for you, don't create any obstruction for you. Okay. So we will look at it in more detail in the next class. Anybody, any question on what we discussed today? Anything in the chat box? Narad Muni used to go in the air. Narad Muni is still there. Deepan and Pachan also, sir. Pachan, yes. Any question? Thank you.